Okay. Ooh. 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 This gonna be, what I was gonna say, this gonna be Gemini's love reading. Yeah, Page of Cups. It is. First spread gonna be for the singles, and the second spread gonna be for the people who in relationships, and that's gonna be a whole different deck or whatever the case may be. Don't get used to it. This is just a, you know how they do clickbait to get the views in. So yeah, you got the Strength and the Five of Wands in reverse. That's what I'm saying. So this is Gemini's love reading. This is the singles. So it's the singles. First spread out with this deck. This is Tattoo Tarot. The one on top for people in a relationship is going to be Right Away. So it's going to be two spreads incorporated into one. Page clips just keep coming out. It's going to be that one. And then we're going to see how it goes. Alright. I'm going to put the timestamp for the second spread. So I'm going to make sure I need an ink pen so I can write that junk down so I won't forget. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Yep. So here we go. We're going to see what's going on with Gemini singles. Single ladies. You got Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You got the Chariot in reverse. You got the style some of y'all may be talking or breaking up from an Aquarius. You got the Eight of Wands. King of Wands reverse. Three of Swords. I said it's a single first. Five of Cups. Don't possibly have to be. Could be you getting some form of attention or putting yourself out there, like after a potential heartbreak. But there could be might have way happen like somebody trying to get something, a new start again, though. But you got, let me see. Ace of Cups, reverse. Five of Wands. Oh, excuse me. Queen of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Queen of Swords and the Ace of Wands. They upright though, so somebody may be a little bit hyper vigilant about starting new, like very communicative in this moment. If you're single, you may be very descriptive when it comes down to what type of partner that you want, because you got Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You may be very descriptive and know what it is that you want, to be exact. You got the Chariot. Can you see that? Let me scoop this way. Can you still see? You still can't see it. I gotta flip it up. Anywho, let me tell you something. I'm gonna get my angle right just one day. I'm telling you, just one day. But you got the Chariot in reverse, the Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Ooh, wow. Some of y'all may be single, cause y'all, for the singles, you hear me say, one of y'all may be, damn. One of y'all may be poaching somebody that's in a relationship. You may be entangled into a situation with three people that feel like you got to compete, or somebody may just be coming over some sense of heartbreak, or that's probably you. You may be putting yourself out there, though. Or maybe your wants and needs. You may have got a lot of emotional barriers around you, or you may come off as very competitive and smothering and just all over the place and chaotic when it comes to you and your actions. Ooh. Then you got the Star in the middle, you got the Five of Cups and Nine of Cups, and you have the Emperor here as well on the bottom of the deck. That's why I said it's kind of like you having some sense of restraint, control, and like getting over some sort of situation. So if you was single, and like you possibly was entertaining somebody else and they lied to you and they put you in a position where you had to compete for somebody else. So it's like in your feeling process, it's kind of like you just in this process where you trying to pour into you, you know what I'm saying? Like getting over some sort of heartbreak. That's what it kind of just give me, though. Like, you kind of getting over some sort of heartbreak. Then in your action process, you got the Eight of Wands, you got the Queen of Cups reverse. Got the Queen of Cups reverse. You got the Eight of Cups reverse. And you got the Two of Wands. Yep. Ooh. Somebody making swift decisions and I want to feel their emotions, especially when it comes to... Or you may be dealing with a water sign, though. Could be, though. Could be dealing with a water sign. There could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, though. But you got this Two of Wands, though. And Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. But it does give me, though, your action process, though. It looks like you trying to fast get over something, though. It's like you trying to move on. But it's kind of like you may be looking for love. But it's kind of like your heart ain't healed at this right moment. Or you may not, your intentions may not be right at this moment. You know? Somebody maybe... It's kind of like coming out, like, say, for instance, if you was with somebody, right? And your intentions of the relationship, because this person give you intentions because they weren't clear about their intentions or whatever the case may be, and you don't know, you ain't know they had somebody, like that type of energy, like you ain't know they had somebody, they possibly lied about it or whatever the case may be, and it's kind of like boom. So now you trying to move on and push forward towards a new situation because this person couldn't give you emotional fulfillment. That's what it kind of gives me, though. Like, they didn't want to be with you. That's why I say you got the Empress and the Three of Wands. That's why I say it's kind of like in this moment you indecisive when it comes to you. You kind of like emotionally bitter about some ending that happened, and you kind of like, yep, let me go back over there. Like, you kind of like running back towards the same thing. Because you got Four of Pentacles, you got the Six of Pentacles, and you got the Ace of Swords. It's kind of like you still stuck in the past. Like you regret probably moving too fast or some sort of option. So it's kind of like if you is single, it kind of gives me like this entertaining some other sort of something or someone or somebody's dragging you along. But at the same time, with this emotional manipulation that comes in or whatever the case may be, like you may have had some harsh communication with them. Don't know to be exact, but it kind of like you going back. I don't know why I said that like that hard, but it's kind of like it's kind of like you trying not to, but your actions is the other way. It's kind of like you thinking like, yep, I ain't doing it, da, 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 da. And it's like, you may end up back in that nigga bed. Because you got the King of Cups, you got the Hierophant, and you got the Nine of Pentacles. It may be some sort of financial... And if I'm saying nigga, I'm not talking about just female or male. It's just either or. But you got King of Cups, so you got the Hierophant and the Nine of Pentacles. This person may have showered you with a sense of emotion, or they could have been downright a sense of selfish or whatever. That could be you in this moment. That's something you may be working through or whatever. You could be a materialistic type giver. This been coming out for y'all for a minute or whatever. I ain't been posting no videos on YouTube, but it kind of been giving that up for Gemini's. Like, y'all around here just a little bit trickerization. I'm cool with that. And then when it comes to your dating, like that's a form of love language. So somebody ends up being used. So it's kind of like you attracting these third party sense of people who need a sense of help. Because it's kind of like you looking for something in that moment with this Ten of Cups, like to be emotionally understood, to be raw and available and all those different types of things. But you're not getting it. But you're not getting it right now. And that's fucked up. It is. It's fucked up. So you got tower type moment. It's there. You hear me say you can learn a lot from those tower type moments, especially those explosive type things, those chaotic type situations. Instead of constantly trying to repair them, you can like sit down and think like, what is going wrong? What am I doing? Like, how can I do this? Like, what could I change? Like, I keep trying to make a house into a home with people who don't even know how to build a foundation, or you know how sometimes you know how the game go. Eight of Swords here, like feeling emotionally, mentally entrapment. Somebody could be going through some insecurities or emotionalness, like knowing what it is that you need, but you don't know how to communicate it or express it in that moment. So it's kind of like you become entrapped or engulfed in situations instead of like saying, hey, you know what? They feed me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a source. Like, have you ever seen people, like, say for instance, you know this person may not be good for you or a situation, or who you may be entertained or how you may be going about it, but it gives you some sense of, okay, well, they put up with this, so it's kind of like you keep entertaining something because it's like, I'm going to just put up with it because they put up with certain parts of me. That's the energy it kind of gives me. You got Five of Pentacles, though. That's why I say it's like there. Shame, guilt, remorse. Nine of Swords, about things that you couldn't see or needed to see that came to the light or whatever. Or just actions or constant trying to, know how you be trying to sell your worth to somebody? I'm not saying you, but I'm saying just in general. You know how you be trying to just force yourself on somebody? You like, but it's me. Like, see me. Like, you try to get them to see you from a different perspective, especially with the 5 of Wands where you trying to choose or somebody may be doing this to you. When it comes to you and potential suitors, but it does give me this here. I'm telling you this, though. Because you got the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. It's like never being able to get to the bottom of certain things or whatever. It's kind of like things that's always emotionally hidden. It's kind of like needing to know where you stand in this type of moment. So it may be what you may be giving off, or, you know, because it's kind of like, let me tell you this. I can't tell y'all all my business. But it's kind of giving me this, though. Like, say, for instance, if you meeting people, you got Knight of Cups and you got the Ace of Coins. That's, like, not being honest or whatever the case may be. That's boredom. Like, you constantly doing certain things that you shouldn't. For sex, meaningless sex at that. No intimacy, no emotional connection. Like, all those different types of things. So, when you're not emotionally available or honest or whatever the case may be when it comes to what it is you want, that's kind of like the recipe for side bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you're a nigga or a female, it really is, because it's kind of like you not emotionally honest. You're not available when it comes to relationship. You keep putting yourself off. And it's kind of like when it comes to you and your emotions, you put yourself last. So that's how you end up with people in situations where you either the third party, or it's like you the third party in somebody else's story, or you bringing somebody else into the relationship because it's like the attention that you not giving yourself. That's why I say this 8 of Swords energy, not knowing your own worth. But you did get the 8 of Pentacles. You got King of Wands, you got the Hermit reverse, you got the King of Pentacles, and the Moon. That's why I said they go to trickerization. Some of y'all engulfed into money. There it is. See the King of Wands, you see the Hermit reverse, King of Pentacles, and the Moon. That's why I said it's the truth. It's possible it could be lovers you have dated. You probably dated abusive, controlling men, people who abusive, controlling, emotionally manipulative, fear-based, money hungry. It's like certain things. I don't know if there's characteristics of you that you probably meet in others that may be possibly turned off. Being in the hermit energy or whatever the case may be, to me, that's like when you getting so sick and tired to the point to where you go inward and you trying to learn a lot of stuff, accumulate a lot of knowledge, where you hear me say where the hair front head came out. So it's like being so intellectual speaking in most cases. So it's kind of hard for people to probably engage with you because it's kind of like tone it back just a bit. And then when it comes to the emotions, it's definitely a mask up. So it's kind of like somebody can't really just persevere. I don't know if it's the suitors or people you're attracted to, but it kind of just smells like familiars for me in that moment, because you got the Temperance on the bottom of the deck. Y'all sister sign, impatience, hostile, volatile, jumping into certain things, not thinking all the way through, but just thinking about the benefit of that moment or just what you need and not the long-term side effects. Yes. Sorry. But it may feel like that, though. Or this may be just past situations. You got Justice in reverse. That's why I say it's kind of like you've been in this cycle where you just been experiencing some sort of... Ooh, damn. It's like you've been in this cycle that where you keep experiencing the same thing. It's like, okay, well, yeah, this here... they say we're gonna work it out. Like somebody possibly want the relationship just to feel like they're in a relationship. You hear me say, I don't like hanging around people in a relationship because then they be trying to force you into a relationship. That shit. And then now all of a sudden, it's weird because you know how you see your friends in a relationship, be like, oh, I want that, da, 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 and all those different types of things. So it kind of like some certain connections can hold you back versus pushing you. That's what I'm trying to say. So it brings this imbalance because you got the Hangman, you got the 7 of Pentacles, comes to getting caught up in situations waiting on them to blossom. So it's kind of like, well, this supposed to work. He said he gonna leave her, or this time it's kind of like leaving people high and dry in those situations and not properly ending those, because you had a son and you got the 8 of Cups. Like recognizing those emotional aspects, but it's like with you and your emotions, it's kind of possibly turned off, and it kind of gives me like a lot of hurt. It really does. It gives me like a shitload of hurt. I'm telling you, it really does. It's like, sorry. That's what I said. It's kind of like somebody tired. You tired of being emotionally abused, taken advantage of, wanting help, support. It's kind of like you want that help, that half and half, but it's kind of like you ain't giving it half and half. And you may say, girl, I am. I don't know what you talking about. Da, 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 da. Those are 3 of Cups. That's why I say it's like who you dating, what you dating. You ain't emotionally, you're not being emotionally honest or whatever the case may be. It's kind of like sitting there waiting in the instance. It's kind of like, yeah, well, I know this going to work out. No, ma'am. You said what? Oh, okay. Bye. But you got 10 of Cups. You got the Judgment and the 2 of Pentacles, though. Stuck, bound, toxicity, micromanaging, needing to see. That's why I said somebody probably just don't know how to go with the flow, especially with the metaphysical or certain aspects. That's why I said you got lovers and you got the high priestess. That's why I say it's somebody in a relationship. Either you like, here's the thing, it's tricky though, because you could be entertaining somebody that you really like, and then they could be moving too slow, and then you go to somebody else. That's a 3-way. That's a lovers triangle type situation going on there. So it's kind of like, I know so it's kind of like you got to close one door before you open another one, and then by like secret sneaky links that maybe you and somebody else. It's like sneaky links that's going on. And then you got the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. That's why I say sneaky links. Somebody gonna fuck around and have a baby, or you might be pregnant, knocked up while you watching this video. Pregnant with a man baby, or she may be pregnant with your baby. Please stop. Please stop. But it does give me that though. It's just for singles only. I'm almost about to wrap it up. We at 16 minutes. You got the Magician and the 3 of Cups. That's why I said it's a trickster. Just dressing it up and making it look good for it. Maybe you. It may be with you and your emotions. Maybe in the sense of manipulating certain things to go in your order. You hear me say, when it comes to certain engagements or people or situation. It kind of gives me this energy of like somebody folly. Like head folly, like headstrong. It's kind of like inability to be able to bend and give. Like that's what it kind of gives me though. And it's kind of like in those moments when you don't need to give, that's when you kind of submit. So it's kind of like that's the energy it is. So I say you got the Devil here. Yeah. You got 3 of Pentacles, you got the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Cups. Yep. Uncompromising, unwilling to learn. Page, that's learned behaviors though. Like that's set in their ways. I'm saying that's learned behaviors. It really is. That's learned behaviors, child. It is. 3 close, 3, 6. Yeah, that's learned behaviors, child. It is. It is. It is. And it's not honesty though. That's why I said it's not honesty. Like it is weird though. I'm saying what you put out is what you get in. So if you possibly thought somebody was the one and you was cheating before, you had to get got one day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how the game go. You just gotta chalk that shit up to the wind. That's just how the game go. Shoot or get shot sometime too. Or shoot somebody around you. That's how the game go. But that goes back to this Knight of Swords though. That's why I said somebody's a little bit head folly. That's what kind of gives me like somebody's very folly, especially when it comes to communication though. That's that persnickety type energy, not honest about the certain things that you want, lack of faith in relationship, inner child, expectations, those type of things. Yep. That's what it kind of gives me. And you got the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. Needing to drop the load. Alexa, cue bag lady. That's what it kind of gives me though. I'm not gonna play that song, but it does give me that though. You got Scorpio in reverse, Capricorn in reverse, and Sagittarius. That's like being in drama, independent, or not knowing where you're going. You could be possibly drained in this moment, or whatever the case may be. Maybe walking into situations that's unknown, especially that's going to cause you to lose your cool, or being in because it's impatience, like needing to have a footing or like a social footing to do certain things, but it's kind of like not stopping to think and see things clearly. That's the biggest issue that's going on right now, just for the singles. But in that moment, that's why I said it's a growth that could happen, but it's kind of like this head folly type situation when it comes to you and how you date or sense of relationships. It's kind of like you don't want to break that barrier right now. You don't. You got the 7 of Wands, so it's like you can't make a decision when it comes to you, certain things that it is. Partners, it's kind of like you know what type of partner you want, but it's like, is you the partner that can get the partner that you want? So that's what it is. And then it's communication, and it's evasive as hell. That's what it kind of does give me those. Communicative and evasive as hell. I mean, it's communicating, but it's not communicating the right things. Because the Queen of Swords in this deck, whether she be upright or reversed, like, she can be, like, headstrong. It could be, you could be he, but it just says she. Knight of Wands, arrogant, where you hear me say that, folly, jealousy, possessive, lower vibrational, inability to be able to work together, like that show-offy type spirit there. You don't always show your hand, I'm gonna tell you that. Because you got Nine of Wands and you got the Page of Swords. It's kind of like you ain't learning from old situations, especially with this Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. It's like you need to learn, but it's kind of like when it comes to situations of the matter, what you learning, it's like you possibly may cut people down, and it's like you don't know how to just sit back and say, hey, let me take a seat, let me listen, let me get a little grounded to understand your perspective. Because you got the Four of Swords and the Seven of Cups, like needing some sense of clarity about these three. Because 4 minus 7 is what? 3. So it's putting you in these situations to where you kind of like, maybe it could be friends. It doesn't have to necessarily be a relationship, but it could be the people who you're around. It's kind of like, it's not bringing me that fulfillment emotionally, like that satisfying intimacy. Or you could be in polygamy, but you may not be finding the right person. So whatever floats your boat in this moment, who knows? But on that note, all I gotta say is, yeah, it's like some self-introspective going on in that moment, and it's kind of like you kind of like, nope, I'm good, love, enjoy. Like that's the energy you just keep hitting it with. It's like, I'm good. So, other than that though, whatever works for you, what works for you. Though I said, if you into polygamy, be into polygamy. I ain't got nothing against it. So let's see what's going on for these sapsuckers in relationships. Let's go. Let's see what's going on for Geminis in relationship. What the hell? Yeah, I'm watching the TV. You can't see, but I am. I can't unmute it because I don't want nobody to think. But I ain't got no views. So let's just go. Alright, we're gonna see what's going on in a relationship with people that are Geminis into relationships. Let's go. Then let's go. Alright. You got 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Wow, some of y'all may be emotionally drained. I used to like that. Some of y'all may be emotionally drained. Or you may be thinking about what could have been. I don't know. What could have been. Some of y'all may be tired though. Maybe focusing on trivial things. Could be going through a mourning process. May I lost somebody. Nine of Wands. Ooh, y'all around there fighting, ain't ya? I'm just playing. You got the Page of Pentacles. You got the Page of Pentacles reversed. It may be, it's this, is this here, wanting a new start, but don't know how to get a new start, wanting some sort of happiness, where you hear me say, just piggybacking off their reading, just piggyback off singles reading, don't know if y'all got some side babies on the way, but, somebody could be trying to possibly have kids, or dealing with a sense of pregnancy, but it's kind of like somebody's fighting an argument, and it's kind of like somebody's ready for the shit to end. Don't know if you're trying to get your point across properly, but it's kind of like, it's kind of like, you may feel like a lot of shit you doing in this moment is not common for you. That's what the hell I'm trying to say in the midst of this in the relationship. What you trying to do. It may be new love. Because you say you got the sun there. It may be new. It may be new love. Yep, it's some new love going on. Some new experience. Or whatever. You got three of Cups. Celebration. 2 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. You may be celebrating some sort of good news. Could be a baby, it could be not, but it's like certain things that you may be arguing with, or you may be a little bit emotionally closed off. Maybe in a situation that's unconventional for you. Don't know. May got too many eyes and ears in a situation, or listening to too many people. Y'all know how I tell y'all about people in your business. Knight of Cups, and you got the Fool reverse. Celebration. Nine of Pentacles. Ooh. Three of Swords. Three of Pentacles. Damn, I ain't even write this down. I'm gonna have to just fast forward. Eight of Wands reverse. And the, what's it called? The Hangman. Yep. Somebody may be arguing about something. I don't know if it's something in the past or a relationship or cheating or a sense of infidelities or troublemaker, but it's kind of like somebody feeling like they losing their individuality. I don't know if somebody's like, it kind of gives me like this self-reflection or just going forward. It's kind of like this inability to be able to praise your ups. Like that's what it gives me though. Like going through those type of moments. It could be having kids or more kids or a situation with kids or parenting. Don't know, but it's kind of like some learning type matter. Kind of gives me though like somebody's like emotionally closed off or guarded or whatever the case may be with something or someone. It's kind of like they doing a little bit too much. And it's kind of like outsourcing some sort of help. But at the same time, they don't know how to get their help or whatever the case may be. But it just gives me a situation where it's just like a situation that's inconveniently, it's uncommon. Like, it really just gives me that, though. That's why I said, somebody, you may feel like that with yourself. High Priestess got some secrets or something like that you may be, I see what it's reading for the go. No, man. You got the Hangman. And the High Priestess needed to let go of this, like this close it off, this reserve. Like I was just saying, it's in the single spread or whatever. If you fast forward through to get to the relationship, but it's kind of like this. Needed to let go of this, like getting to the bottom of certain things, like letting go, tying up those loose ends. Like that's what it kind of gives me, though. Oh well, let me tell you something. It's crazy how like the energy can roll over, whatever the case may be. Because we were just talking about the singles being in a three-way relationship. Now, just because you may have perceived yourself to be single, that doesn't mean you single. So it's tricky how that energy is just rolling over. Because it could have been one of y'all that's in a relationship. And you may be courting or talking to someone while you in a relationship. Who knows? Or there could be some sort of fear where somebody's like really guarded because it's something that happened in the past. So it's kind of like that with a sense of that. But you got the Chariot, you got the Queen of Swords reverse, and you have the Six of Swords reverse. That's why I said it's kind of like somebody's reverting back to an old sense of behavior. So it's kind of like if you went to some sort of counselor or therapist or high priestess or a person of knowledge and you learned this, that's tricky how mourning works with that five, like mourning and grieving. It bring up a lot of things to where when you walk out of that motherfucker, you be in this. Bitch, I'm so mad you brought me to this stupid ass shit. Like, girl, I be forgetting. They just gotta get used to it. But it's like that. You brought me in here, da-da-da. So it feels like somebody feels isolated and shamed more than actually getting the healing and the restoration that they needed. So it's like somebody maybe returning back to the same type of behaviors. I ain't gonna say cheating, but it's necessarily could be just disagreements. Like you even say, it gives me individuality type things. I've been saying it for the longest because I told y'all came up with a relationship split I think 2 months ago. And I was like, one of y'all spouses need to check on you. I was like, because it seemed like one of y'all about to cheat because one of y'all looking for something. I'm telling you, I was like looking for something. I was like, well, this emotional fulfillment or something, and you don't want to find them. Never. I had this Queen of Swords was just here. Where did it come back out? It will. There you go. It was flipped over. Alright. But it did give me that though. But you got 5 of Wands. Reverse. Not being seen, not being heard. Da, da, da. But it just gives me like, this give me past life type shit. I'm telling y'all. Just past type shit. But you got King of Cups and the 3 of Wands. That's why I said it's like returning back. Possibly could be some type of breakup to make up. Breakup to make up. That's what it give me. And the King of Wands and the Hierophant. Could be around marriages or relationship, or it could be in the relationship. That's what it kind of gives me the infidelity. Fidelity. It isn't infidelity because say for instance if you was a cheater and you don't cheat no more, it's kind of like fidelity is common for you that it was uncommon for you. So you may have been one of those types of people in the single spread where you was a cheater and now you kind of like, oh, okay, so you kind of guarded and closed off emotionally. Yep. Because you got Page of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the Queen of Wands here. Is that It's kind of like somebody maybe hovering over you in this moment. It's kind of like when it comes to you and the decision making, clearly, or it could be you with motherhood or your actions or certain things that you do, or in the sense of communication. Because you got the King of Wands upright, so somebody may be a little bit nasty. If she is a female, she's a woman, she's kind of operating her masculine energy. And if it's like it's a dude, you kind of operate your feminine energy where you kind of like persnickety, complaining, whiny, all those different types of things. So it could go either way. But it's all about the need to be seen and heard. Somebody may feel like they walked all over in a relationship. Like you feel like y'all not communicating about the same things. Kind of like, oh my God. So you got to go to the extremes to get your point across. Ooh, that's a lot. Two of Swords. It's like they don't ever see your side, but you see. It's kind of like you may not see your wrongs, or they don't see their wrongs. Or in a situation, you may sit idle when you need to react. Girl, the light need to come back on. There it is. But it's kind of like somebody may be sitting idle when they need to. So it's like they need. It's kind of like you said, hey, let's go do this. So they kind of stay stuck and they can kind of be annoying to you. That's what it kind of gives me. Knight of Wands, that fast, swift. You getting faster and faster. Yup, it's King of Pentacles. It's like fast. I'm telling you, it's like this fast energy. I'm telling you though, it's just this. In the past, it wasn't honest. It could be your own mind. You know the things you want, magician. As I said, in the past, it wasn't honesty, it wasn't transparency, or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of like now, if you were the person who got hurt, you require this person to give you a lot because you need surety in that moment because of your own actions or because of actions they did in the past. Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. It's like you need a sense of understanding, maturity, communication. It's like getting to that sense of level, but it's kind of like every time it gets to the point of learning new things, it puts all this in reverse. So that's why I said it's just there. Learning, talking, speaking, being grounded, mature, helpful, insightful. Somebody could be wanting financial support or assistance, or it's just needing some sort of support. That's why I say you got 9 of Cups. That's why I say it's like you Queen of Cups. Reverse. Somebody emotionally unhappy. Well, you might be going through a needy side though. I'm telling you, because it's weird when you're dealing with air signs, because air signs don't be the most emotional. So when they get to that other side, it could be like, ooh, I'm sorry. It could be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So you got the World, and you got the Strength card here too. And the Ace of Cups. That's what it's kind of like this sense of emotional support, restoration. It's kind of like somebody wants some love, time, attention, and all those different types of things. Somebody's tired. It kind of gives them like a one-man boat. That type of thing. That's why I say it's that. Page of Wands reverse. That's why I say it's just problems. Communicating, understanding. It could be financial aspects or interest of certain things or need or wanting things to come to fruition. It's kind of like, okay, well, I did this. Why is it not happening yet? Like somebody needs what the fuck? It need like a confirming. Like it's like I need this confirming energy. To break free from a sort of a cycle. Somebody may be holding themselves to some sort of standard or emotionally trapped into some situation, like holding things in and not dealing with them. So it's kind of like I feel like I deserve this, or I feel like I'm emotionally there. So this is causing like explosive type behaviors, but it's still like somebody has been planting seeds over time, and it's kind of like, well, I'm not doing this no more. This is this, but it's still not working because it's like they planting the seeds for a surety to get something back. That's what it's kind of giving me though. Like, well, I did this. It's like I'm needing something back so fast. Like, Four of Wands, Emperor, and the Lovers. That's what it is. It's a control thing. Seeing who gonna wear the pants in a relationship. There you go. It's Four of Wands, Emperor, and the Lovers. It's like this remake. Somebody may be pulling all the way to whatever the case may be. It may feel not nice in this moment. So if it's kind of like partners and you are dealing with a sense of a baby or whatever the case may be, it's kind of like they're forced to do more work. It's like that's what comes with the job, sweets. That's what comes with the job. And somebody kind of don't recognize that though. So it's kind of like y'all helping each other in a sense of, and it's kind of like the negativity in this moment is not working together. It's not. So it's kind of like that moment, but it's kind of like it's love there. You understand, but it's kind of like, oh, we're not working together. But at the same time, it's just how you going about it. So that's why it's just how you going about it, though. You gotta somebody may ask you to show it a little more. You may be showing. I said go read the new blog, but it's like you emotionally closed off. I'm telling you, Emperor is all about like he can like somebody, but he won't know. Like you gotta tell. He gotta start showing and putting himself out there or whatever, so he can get it back. So if that's your problem, then yep. Eight of Cups reverse. I said that. Five of Swords, the Devil, and the Seven of Cups. Needing to be clear about the emotional aspect, like knowing what to leave behind. It's like somebody doesn't want to be emotionally accountable in a moment, or whatever the case may be. Somebody independent. It's kind of like you have to try a whole lot to possibly like get through to them. You hear me say it's kind of like this roles. It may be gender roles. You hear me say you see this a lot in straight couples nowadays, but you really see this in same sex couples nowadays. It's kind of like, well, no, you gonna be the woman and I be the boy. And then sometimes it just depends on like where they come from or how they was raised or their experience or how they feel in their gender aspects. So they can be a lot. You hear me saying in those relationships, because if you got one that's like no, that could be a lot because it's like what you need to feel alive. Ooh, these cards sticky as hell. That's also you got Knight of Swords and you got the Judgment. That's also that's somebody who the emotional tyrant. You can't tell them nothing. It's hard to a sense of communicate. They may be needing to be pleased more. Hermit and the Four of Cups. So it could be you or somebody else or whatever case may be for it's an argument or whatever case may be, needing time to sit down, self-reflect, and see what's going on and stop being so reactive. But it does give me somebody the emotional tyrant. You keep getting 5 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, knowing how to work with each other and not working against each other. Things are out of balance in this moment. Yes, Queen. 7 of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like the truth finna come at you like real hard. So I don't know if somebody was planting out seeds or whatever the case may be for the universal aspects. Oh, I hope this person helped me. Da 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 da. And then what if I'm the person that put the shit on the map and then now I start the argument? So it's like, hey, you gotta be ready to accept that truth tenfold. So yeah, when you're trying to learn something, so it shouldn't cause an argument. The argument should be a breakdown to see what's going on and not just stirring up emotions, that type of thing. So let's see what else come out. You got 2 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 10 of Swords reverse, 9 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. Gotta learn how to give and take, especially when it comes to individuality. Like somebody gotta learn how to give and take what they need versus what they want, especially when it comes to time. Somebody probably like confused when it comes to wants and needs. That's where it's kind of like, well, you can control this, I can do this, or you're better at this, and this can happen. So it can be better times, so somebody won't feel like, oh, you're not pouring into me. You're not giving me the attention I need. That type of energy, though. So we're going to see what else comes out. One more come out if not. And then we gone. Page of Wands. That's why I said knowing how to work together. 6 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and the 10. Some of y'all may have to start over. You hear me say? Because it's like the past is forcing y'all to like start over. It's kind of like, yes, if you in a sense of a relationship, creating a dynamic, because it's kind of like this here. Somebody may be trying to base a relationship off childhood experiences, trauma-like experience, traumatic, or not the help or expectation. So they could be caught up in the financial aspect. So it's always money, this, that. Right? And needing a sense of support or needing to be surrounded by a lot of people because it's their experiences and they don't know how to let go of them. So they could be a major problem when it comes into the roles that's going on. Somebody may not be as family oriented as you. So that's the difference that it may be going on at this moment, because you got Page of Wands, there's problems. That's the problems with the gender roles. It's the problems with communication, all those different aspects. But it's all about knowing who do what in this individuality. So somebody probably wants to do something, but it's kind of like you don't want to lead a relationship, but you kind of want to do something else. So in that moment, I love you. You look so beautiful. When I grow up, I'm going to have sex with you. Bye.